I like conservatives. I like hanging out with conservatives. I like debating conservatives. I never find a rude conservative. It's almost impossible to find. I get nothing but love from conservatives.
I'm Dave Rubin and I love lamp. So Dave Rubin, speaking to Candace Owens, wanted to make a point about how, as a gay man who doesn't like identity politics, he just wants to declare that the right wing is far more tolerant toward him than the left wing, completely leaving out of the discussion, of course, that red states have passed legislation essentially targeting the LGBTQ community. But nonetheless, let's hear more of what he has to say, and then we'll debunk more of it.
I spoke at Liberty University, the largest evangelical conservative Christian college in America. I spoke in front of 14,000 people. You've done the exact same gig. These people know my views. They know I'm married to a man. I got a standing ovation. They couldn't have been nicer. I wandered around campus for a couple hours, people coming up to me saying all sorts of nice things. By the way, some people did come up to me and say, I'm praying for you. And I don't know if they meant that I'm praying for you, meaning I'm trying to pray the gay away, or I'm just praying like your continued success or whatever, but it would almost be irrelevant to me. Even if someone,
I'm praying the gay away, well, that's not offensive. If they're not saying I'm gonna, come
club you over
the head,
yeah.
We're gonna put you somewhere you shouldn't be. I'm praying for you.
And by the way,
okay, I can deal with that.
Someone that comes up to you with a smile on their face and says a bunch of nice things and then says, and I'm praying for you.
Right.
That's actually a lot nicer than a progressive who will scream all day how much they love gay people and then will unleash endless hate on me because I don't bow to them.
Here's what, and I'm only speaking for myself here, I have zero respect for, okay? Passive aggressiveness. I like aggressive aggressiveness. So if you got something to say it. I pray for you is a passive aggressive way of telling Dave Rubin and anyone else who's gay that they're unacceptable, that they're gonna burn in hell. And therefore, they're praying for the gay individual to maybe have a come to Jesus moment. I don't know. Obviously, you can't pray the gay away. You can't electroshock therapy the gay away, which right wingers are huge supporters of, by the way. And like the idea that somehow conservatives who were vicious to Dave Rubin and his husband after they announced that they would be having 2 children via surrogates, like the idea that he is now making that point, it's just like, is the money worth it? And for Dave Rubin, I guess it is. I mean, homeboy moved to Florida that passed the don't say gay bill.
Yeah.
It is amazing how much this man will humiliate himself on a regular basis for the money. And I just don't understand that mentality. I don't.
Yeah, so Dave is among the more accidentally funny people, almost never intentionally. I've literally never heard him say something funny that he meant to say as funny, but accidentally all the time. He's like, I've never met a rude conservative. Donald Trump?
No, Jake, we'll refresh his memory. Because he talked about giving a speech at Liberty University and they were so nice. He also gave a speech at Turning Point USA, one of their conferences. And he was asked an interesting question by one of the conservative conference goers. Let's take a quick look at that. And sorry to interrupt you, but I think it's relevant to what you were saying. Let's watch.
If I may ask this, are you gay? I heard you were gay. Now,
my husband's gay.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, but this is the reason why I ask.
Yeah.
As I'm a Christian, and one thing that really draws me to conservatism is seeing the Christian foundations for this nation, how our rights are given from God, not from government.
You are absolutely entitled to your own personal religious beliefs as everyone else is. I would say, and maybe this is a little more of the libertarian side of me, but I think this is totally congruent with the founders. You want to have room for the other people. And if they live in a way that is honest and decent and defends their love of country and does all of the things that are probably pretty freaking close to the way you live, then that is an extraordinary country.
Yeah, Dave, but since you're gay, right wingers don't see you as a decent, honest person. They see you as one of the others, someone who will burn in eternal damnation because you're gay. He knows this, he knows it, but he's paid to pretend like he doesn't know it.
Yeah, and of course, when they use surrogates to have kids, the right wing attacked him viciously. What do you mean you've never met a rude conservative? It's absurd. That guy just questioned your entire existence. And what was your answer? You guys heard him with your own ears right there. He said, you have to make room for the other people.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. How generous of the owners of this country, straight people, to make room for the others, the gay people, or white people, making room for the slaves that they kidnapped and brought over here, the other people, let alone all the other minorities, etc. And look at the mindset. It's a perfect Uncle Tom mindset. And why did you get a standing ovation at Liberty University, David? Because you told them they were right. You told them they were right about their hatred. You told them that they were right about every part of their ideology. So they're like, look, we got the gay guy to say what we want. Standing ovation, way to go, monkey. Say it again, monkey. Play the organ, okay, play it. Okay, that's what they use you for. It's so sad. And now, more rude conservatives. Go to my Twitter messages. Go anywhere on social media. I mean, the guy's a freaking joke. He's never told a joke, but he is a joke. So you haven't found a rude conservative in your life. And then of course, the main point is here. They're telling me that they're praying for me because they think I'm evil and a sinner for loving the wrong person. But I think that's so wonderful. They have pity for me. Candace, they have pity for me. And Candace is like, oh, I have pity for you too. I pray to the Almighty that he changes you because you're obviously born wrong. Your existence is wrong. But I have pity for you, David. Dave's like, thank you, Candace. Thank you. Will you pray for me?
Well, I do, look, we're in the news business, okay? We like informing people. So since Dave forgot about all the rude conservatives, I just want to inform him about others who have said some pretty mean things about him on air. Let's watch.
Is there a difference between, say, what Sam Cedar does to Dave Rubin?
Well, the mental incompetent. Do you mean that they're ignorant, or that they're mentally ill or cognitively limited?
Cognitively limited,
or who speak with at least like a minimal degree of insight and intellect, which I hope we can agree excludes people like Dave Rubin.
I'm Dave Rubin. I'm gonna make them in my home. Good. You and your husband, who's probably so embarrassed. That poor guy, God only knows who Dave Rubin married somebody who's probably stealing money from his bank account, and good for him.
Dave, you talked to Sam at all lately?
No, he unfollowed me on Twitter.
Now, Dave Rubin is not someone who said anything useful at that point or since. And that's one clue as to why you don't see much going on between me and Dave Rubin.
So a lot of unkind things said in that mashup there. And by the way, highly recommend Dave Rubin clips on Twitter. It's one of my favorite Twitter accounts.
Yeah, look, so that clip, by the way, goes on and on of everyone on the internet dunking on Dave Rubin. I mean, even the right wing has no sympathy for him.
Respect.
No respect for him, exactly. But that's what Uncle Toms are. They're supposed to be made fun of, and you kick them around a little bit, And so that's not the left. The left are decent human beings who accept everyone as they are. But the right wing, they get a good chuckle out of pushing Dave Rubin around. And he says, oh, they're so nice. They're so nice to me. Where's the money? Where's the money? But they're so nice. Are they, Dave?
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.